Hey there, and welcome to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Taylor with Taylor Thriftiness. On today's episode, I am taking back everything I said. If you have watched a video before, then you know that I said that this channel's primary focus would be on home decor. Well, friends, today we are at the Goodwill Bins, the Clearance Center, and we are going to see what sort of fashion finds we see. Come along with me as we go rummaging through the Goodwill Bins. Let's go.
Okay, so walking up to the clearance center, it's like walking up to your average Goodwill until you get inside. Here on the wall, you can see the outlet pricing. After reviewing the outlet pricing, it is time to get digging through the bins. Here I am just kind of moving things around. I did see some Levi's very early on, which piqued my interest, but they were super dirty. There were books, shoes, clothing items, all combined in each of the bins. Here is when the overwhelm began to set in. I continued to move items and just see what I could find in the bins. I did see just a large assortment of clothing items. Some items seemed clean, some not so much. Nothing that I felt like was worthy of bringing home. Here I am moving on to the next bin, and I am just looking around, kind of paying attention to colors and textures and jeans. I would love to be able to find either a leather jacket or a jean jacket, something like that would be super cool. I did see this doll, and it was just so random. It was a two-sided doll, which I felt like was hysterical, and so I did take a moment to just look at her and check her out. But again, just being really intentional with my purchases in the new year, so certainly not something that I think I need to bring home. I did see this purple scarf which had giraffes on it. It was pretty. I feel like it was one of the nicer items that I saw while I was looking through the bins. Up next, I did see this velvet one-shoulder dress. It was kind of a mauve color, really pretty, but again, I don't currently have a formal event coming up, so I put it back. And then I did see this black cover-up, which, if it were closer to summer, I may have considered bringing home with me. At the end of that bin, and moving on to the next, check out this possum that I saw. And I did find one Ralph Lauren loafer, a nice leather loafer, but like I said, I only found one. And if you are into stuffed animals, here is another look at that possum. The beginning of this bin was really full of shoes. I did take just a moment to look at some of the shoes, but it did seem like there were individual shoes, not a lot of pairs. So moving on to the next bin, kind of just moving things around to see what is underneath and keeping my eye out again on just items with particular textures and colors. While these bins appear extremely full, I will be honest with you all, the random assortment of items was really overwhelming for me. It was really hard for me to want to dig my hand deeply into the bins and to really just keep my energy consistent as far as digging deeply, moving items around, and really taking a good look at what each bin had to offer. As I approached my second, third, fourth bin, I could tell that I was beginning to tire and was not as committed to digging. I did see this Calvin Klein white t-shirt in a bin, which was pretty nice, so that was refreshing to see. But again, the name brand and just nicer items were far and few in between a lot of other items located in the bin. So I'm taking a step back, coming back in, and again, just being really consistent, trying to maintain my energy level and trying to move things around to see if there are any treasures in the bottom of these bins. I am a sucker for a good cable knit sweater. If your grandma would wear it, so would I. So I was excited when I found that yellow sweater, but it did have a small hole in the neckline, so I put it back. Up next, I wasn't sure if this was a curtain or a sweater, but it ended up being a sweater, and it had a huge stain on the front of it, so I did place it back in the bins. Next, I did see these trousers, which I know trousers are pretty trendy right now, but they were too large for me, so I placed them back, and I hope somebody else finds them. I did see this jacket, and I liked it a lot. I did put it up to me, but again, just a little too large for my liking. Let's move on to the next bin. As you can see, this bin has clothing items, it has some home good items in it. I also see some wooden items and some hangers over here. So I am just going to spend a few minutes moving things around, making sure that we are not overlooking anything. And I did see this cloth that I thought would be nice for a table runner, but I am definitely a girl that needs more than one thing in the cart to actually go to the checkout line. So we will keep looking to see if I am able to find anything else in the last few bins. As you can see, this bin is full of items, not just clothing items, but you can see a crock pot there, you can see a puzzle, it looks like a coloring book. I did see this wooden tray that I was wondering if it had potential, but I did see some wear and tear on it. Not quite good enough to come home with me. In this next bin, I did see some pillows. I have been on the hunt for some outdoor pillows for our rocking chairs that sit on our front porch. So I saw one gray pillow. I did notice that it did have some mold on it, so I kept looking, and here we are ending this bin and coming along to one of our last bins. In here, I found more toys, and I just had to show you all this super cute KitchenAid mixer toy. And I don't know if your children have play kitchens, but that would be such a cute accessory. Up next, I did spot an item that I have been on the hunt for. It was upside down, and I just happened to notice that it was in fact an apron, and I have been on the hunt for an apron. I saw this one, love the blue and white. I feel like it is so homey and so cozy, but y'all, look at the stain on the front. I don't know. I'm sure I could wash it and sanitize it, and I could probably get the stain out, but I couldn't bring myself to bring it home. I did see these bright LED candles, which I thought were cool. It's nice to see items like that in the bins. I know that not everyone is able to burn actual candles in their living space, and so having those LED candles are just always such a nice and cozy option. wood items. I saw candles over here. I saw lamps. I saw kitchen appliance. I did see some luggage and some Sterilite containers. All of those items were in this bin. This bin was located near the back of the store. Strapped bag. It had potential. It was cute. I really liked the pattern. I felt like this would be a great bag to take maybe to like a farmer's market or a vintage market if you were on the hunt for some local finds. It was cute. And in our final bin in the very back of the store, well, it was full of books. So I do think that this could be a really solid thing that the bins has to offer if you are on the hunt for books for staging purposes. Books that you want to take the covers off of and just use on a mantle or on a floating shelf. You can get some really inexpensive books from the bins. And then look at these ceramic bowls. I just want to sit on a couch and eat ice cream out of those. Those were nice. Giving you a glance at more of the books that I saw at the bins and taking you down our final strip of items.
So we are leaving the Goodwill Bins, the clearance center, and I have to be honest with you, that was utterly overwhelming. I hope that I got some good footage to share with you all and to give you an idea of what you might be able to find at the Goodwill Bins. But for now, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for coming along with me to the Goodwill Bins. I hope that you saw something that inspires you to get out, thrift, and to buy secondhand. If you've not subscribed just yet, I'd love to have you consider subscribing to my channel. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.